And I'm going to move my workbench. Well, actually, the workbench can stay. And we're going to stand over it. And we're going to put these two halves together. Well, I just put oil on there. You can't have oil on the halves. So, go back. Put that here. Get our cleaner over here and wipe it again. So I want this half. Halves to be dry and clean. Make sure we got all the little parts out of there. Alright, it looks good. So let's grab it here. Put this back together. Here. Let's get this wire out the way. And the two halves should go together. Alright, we're not going to force the halves together. And you can see that it just went right on without a problem. Very easy. You can see that the gasket is spreading for a little bit of pressure that I'm putting on there. You can see why we went on the inside of the case and not the outside. Wipe off any gasket that may be remaining on there. We'll get all of this once we torque it down. So we're probably going to have more seepage out of here. Okay. So let's get some clean engine oil. Over here. What we're going to do is we're going to put this. Let's clean this out. What we're going to do is we're going to put our engine bolts in here. Get this cleaned out. Alright. So starting to look like an engine again. So we take out our bolts. You can see that these are bolts 1 through 10. I know that because I had them labeled. They have their washers already on there. They're all the same size. Let's get that old engine oil off of there. And after this, I'll get a new glove. So the engine casing has stamps of the number sequence of all the bolts and where they belong. They don't have the size, but they have the number for the location of the bolts, because it's a sequence you got to use. Put everything together. So let's get our fresh oil. Make sure we get our bolts oiled up. Get in the threads. tedious stuff, but it's fun. I love it. This doesn't bother me one bit. If you don't have patience, this isn't definitely not the job you want to do on your own bike. And you can pay somebody about $3,000 to change your transmission, because I love it so much. I prefer doing it myself. Let's get a glove. I got so many projects in this garage, I tell you. It doesn't usually look like this. Usually very neat. Right now I need the space. Organized confusion. Alright. So, got fresh oil on here. So, I'm not sure if you can see this, but if you look down in here, you can see numbers. You'll see numbers for the sequence the bolt's supposed to go in. And while we have that, let's dab a little bit more oil on there. Dab some on the cranks. You can never have enough on there. Alright. So, we got 1 through 4, 1 through 10. We're just going to drop a bolt. Actually, we'll just drop them in there. That's number 2. That's number 1. The first ones I put in 1 and 5. Excuse me, 4 and 5. We have 3 here. We have 6 here. Make sure we had that coverage on there. Make sure we had that oil coverage on there, fresh oil. Always double checking my work. And we have number 7. We have number 10 over here. And on the other side, you can see it here, will be 8 and 9. Okay, and we're going to tighten it in that order, 1 through 10. Then we're going to loosen it in reverse order, 1 through 10. Then we're going to tighten it again, 1 through 10. But for right now, I am going to put this down here. I'm going to get a socket. Actually, I want to use the big socket. An extension. And I'm going to put an adapter on it. Just here. Should fit. It may not fit. That's alright, we only gotta do it to 22 Newton meters. So this looks like number 12. So we got the number 12 here. All of them are not the same size. So we're going to finger tighten those. Matter of fact, we can use the drill. I'm just going to put it on light setting. Actually, I'm not going to use the drill. I don't want to use any type of extra torque on here. I'm just going to do as I said, and I'm going to finger tighten it. Actually, let me find this piece. It's a bit tedious. I like to work smart, not hard. take our torque wrench and we're going to set that to the appropriate torque. We go to our manual to double check. 20 Newton meters. So we are not at 20. We are not at 20 yet. So at 20.5, I'm going to back that down. Back that down here. And lock our torque wrench. I just bought the new torque wrench, but I think this would be a bit big. Actually, no. No, this foot, this Newton meters. No, it's a little big. So we'll deal with that a little bit later. So we got this one at 20. We're going to tighten each of these bolts to the appropriate torques. And this is our first tighten. And remember, we got to do this once. Then we got to loosen them. And we loosen them each one a quarter turn at a time to loosen them. Then we're going to torque them again. So we're going to take that to 20. That's one. That's two. Let's do number 3. We take our time. Number 4 is not back here. Number 4 is on the other side. Let's do 5. Let's do 6. Let me get it down. And we got to go find out and make sure which one is number 7. So number 7 is here. 8 and 9 are on this side. So number 8 is here. Let's be sure. Number 8. Number 9. We'll do number 10. Okay. That's the first tightening. I'm going to take my breaker bar. I'm going to break all of those bolts in reverse order, 10 to 1. Slowly. Slowly. We just take our time with it. Just take our time with it. You gotta be patient. Number 3. Number 2. Number 1. Let's go back to number 10. And we loosen that all the way. Loosen that all the way. Next one all the way. Now we're over to 7. We're rolling now. Loosen that. Go to number 5, number 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to tighten it back up to the specified torque. And after we do it this time, I'm going to go over there and get the special tool which is needed, which is going to torque it to 60 degrees angle. After number 4, number 5, 6, number 7 is over here. Let's see. I don't remember where we were. 8 is here. Number 9. Number 10. All right. So now we're going to go over to our bench and we're going to get our angle, torque angle tool. And we're going to, I don't believe this is going to, I might be able to get this down in there. I don't think I will. Let's check it. So I want to use the half because the half, okay, I will be able to use this. Because the half isn't going to flex like a 3/8 may. And if you look at this, you have degrees on here. And this is past the torque specification. This is basically ensuring that it's tight, but it won't deform or break the threads or the bolt. So, take this, we're going to put it on here, but let's put this on here first. And we'll go to number 1. So we got that to 60. That's not going anywhere. Go to number 2. Set this back up. Get the dial right. Hold it. This would probably be a good time to say invest in the best tools that you can buy. I'm sure this would be a lot easier if you buy the more expensive tool. This one I bought sucks, and I bought it like this because I thought I'd only be using it once, and I probably will be only using it once. And that's why I didn't want to spend a whole bunch of money on it, but I should have. This sucks. So we have that. All right. So we had that tightened to 60 degrees. That was number 3. Let's go on number 4. Let's put it back. Put this one to 60. Let's go to the next one. Set this angle back to 0. Actually, set this back to 0. Let's go to the next one, number 6. Set our tool back to 0. Edit that because my tool sucks. I hate it. I'm going to retorque that.